Hello, let's talk about the first season of the Game of Thrones by HBO Studio. Well, the first season. The plot is very complex. We have three different plot lines. First of all, it is the War of Seven Kingdoms. We have Starks and Lannisters, and they are not fighting. They try to overcome each other. They try to defeat each other, to win. And Ned Stark, he tried to overplay Cersei Lannister, and yet Cersei Lannister, she tries to kill Robert Baratheon, and Ned Stark tries not to let Robert Baratheon to be killed. So you see, we have a very difficult story. The second plotline is plotline with Daenerys Targaryen. You see, we have Robert Baratheon, and he is the king, and but his ancestors, they were not kings, they were dukes. So there was a rebellion, and Robert Targaryen, he rebelled against, and Robert Baratheon, he rebelled against Targaryen dynasty, and he overtook this dynasty, and he became a king. And from previous dynasty, we have two heirs. It is Daenerys and Viserys Targaryens. They are on the other continent, and they want their realm back, and they will have dragons. And the third plotline, it is about others. It is something like zombie creatures, something like other creatures who live on the far, far north, and they want, and nobody doesn't know what do they want. Maybe they want to kill everybody. They want to destroy the realm. They want to conquer the realm. I don't know, but it is very interesting. And we have something like war with these others creatures. War with that others. So our kingdom Westeros is in a very dangerous situation. And we have a very strong characters. We always know what this or other character want. What does Tywin Lannister wants? What does Tyrion wants? Who are they? What are their motives? We understand all of this, and we have a very strong dialogues. And you have to listen each line because it is very important. And we have a lot of other elements. We have varied woods, dragons, property, and a lot of such a thing. We always have we have a lot of everything, a lot of characters, a lot of dialogues, a lot of plans, and each scenes are brilliant. So it is very, very good and very strong storytelling, and I can say that it is just amazing how many characters are there. And we have a very strong detective line. Well, you see why Bran Stark fell from that tower. Why did he fall? So it is very interesting. And yet, who killed Jon Arryn? And it is very interesting. So you should think about the answer, and we have this answer, and this answer is very, very near. But you should try to resolve this riddle. Yet I can see some weak points in this season 1. First of all, what is that thing about combat, well, trial of combat. So if you are great lord and you say you are innocent and other person say, well, you are guilty, so you both take two swords and you fight with each other and somebody dies, somebody live. You know, I don't think that it is right. When this Catelyn Tully, when he took Tyrion Lannister, well, he should took him to her father, Lord Hoster Tully, and then only the king can judge that Tyrion Lannister. Okay, well, because, well, you are lord, you can judge in your domain. It is the first weak point. The second, well, all of this with Khal Drogo. Well, they don't have anybody in that tribe of Dothraki, that in that Khal, that I'm sorry, that no, somebody who can heal your Khal. Nobody can do it. You should bring somebody from a city which you have plundered to heal your Khal. I think that there should be a lot of doctors in that Khal. Well, not modern doctors, but you understand me. Somebody who can heal wounded warriors. Yet one thing. Well, that Robert Baratheon, he dead because he was killed by Cersei Lannister. And you see, I don't quite like how she killed her husband. You know, well, he is a hunter and he killed a lot of pigs. And you know, well, and he is alcoholic. So, but if he survived, what would happen if he would survived? Because he could, because he is used to hunting and he is used to alcohol. And it is, well, important question, because everything was depend from that point. Okay, I don't like a condition of imprisoning of Eddard Stark. He should be somewhere in a good rooms, somewhere in a, not in a dungeon, but I don't know, well, warm and healthy room, because he could probably be dead in that dungeons. And what would Cersei do in that circumstances if one day he went to Eddard Stark's and he would find him dead? So it is also weak point. And why Joffrey Baratheon could kill Eddard Stark? He is not ruler. Ruler is her mother. Her mother is ruler when her child is underage person. That Joffrey, he couldn't rule. He couldn't make any orders. Well, I think. And we have a lot of difficult choices for all of our characters. Well, you see, what is more important for Jon Snow? His brothers or his oath to Night Watch? What is more important to Daenerys Targaryen? Her husband or her future son? For Ned Stark, his honor or life of free innocent child? What is more important for Jaime Lannister? Life of one son, one little child, or his own life? Or for Sansa Stark, her own family or her future husband, Joffrey Baratheon? It is a very, very difficult choices, and all characters have motivation to take all these choices, and each choice will influence on their future life in a show, and it is just amazing. Talking about locations, well, it is obvious that locations are poor. Well, they just they were made badly. But anyway, you have a good characters in a bad clothes, and it's okay. And you see a very good characters. I like them. I like them all, and not because of material culture, but well, and you know the House of Dragon is better than Game of Thrones because of its material culture. But anyway, it well, the House of Dragon has worse material culture than have better material culture but worse characters than Game of Thrones. We have a lot of important topics here. It is about, well, this show is about power. What thing can you sacrifice for the power? Your own son, your daughter, your honor, future of your house, to kill everybody, to kill a little children. What can you do for power? For example, Tywin Lannister. Well, his son was imprisoned by Catelyn Stark. So is he ready to start a war for his son, to rescue his son because of his personal honor, his personal ambitions? Or what about Eddard Stark? Well, he has a duty to his kin, and he has well, little his own family. And what is more important for him, his family or his duty? Well, Ned Stark chose duty, and he then regret about his decision. What about other topics? You know, well, Daenerys Targaryen, Cersei Lannister, and Arya Stark and Sansa Stark, they all will be queen, and well, except Arya Stark, but these three will be. So they were wives, and some of them were widows, like Cersei Lannister or Daenerys Targaryen, and then they became queens. And something like women topic about right of women and so on, and about the war. But we don't have a real war in the first season. But all of this, well, it is Game of Thrones, and you play, you win or you die. So this book is about power. What are you ready to do for this power? Well, as conclusion, why this show is good? First of all, we have a lot of violence and sex scenes here. Well, you see, I'm very happy to see how somebody kills the other guy on the screen. And if they have swords, it is very good. So violent and erotic scenes. The second, it is sword and magic type of movie. We have dragon and magic, dragon and swords. So it is very cool. We have a very cool guys and very beautiful princess, and they do a very cool things, and I like it. The third, there are a lot of very important topic. It is about women, about dwarves, about cripples, about, well, for example, Bran Stark. He cannot walk, but he is very important character. So I think that I think that it is important to show such a person on a screen, to give to this group more time, and if you can do it very good. So and the fourth, well, dialogues, characters development. We have a lot of different characters, All of them have their motivations. All of them have very strong dialogues and very strong choices. And it is very good. I can remember a lot of scenes from first 4 seasons. It is just brilliant, the first 4 seasons, and I like it very, very much. So it is a very good show and I can recommend it to you. Thank you for your attention.